So I finally figured out a name for the series. I'm gonna call it Rookie Engineering. So welcome back to another episode of Rookie Engineering. This is part 3 of me trying to solve problems around my house, my garage, my car, etc., whatever. Anyway, in the last few episodes, we talked about this cup holder, and stupidly enough, I forgot that printers take hours to print objects. So we designed version 2 of the cup holder slash WD-40 holder slash brake clean holder. So here it is. As you can see, it's a lot smoother than this one. And let me bring the camera up there so you can see. This version is very like polygony, and the screws are very big compared to the holes. So I made the holes a little bit bigger, added a little chamfer to hold the screws in, made it a lot smoother somehow by using a step file instead of a STL file, and changing a few settings in the software. But there's still a few problems with this. You see this huge box right here? This thing took 7 hours to print. So let's put this on the wall, talk about it, and then move on to version 3, which I designed off camera. There's a big difference between prototype 1 and prototype 2. This is a lot smoother, and these these screws actually fit with the chamfer and stuff. They fit perfectly. Let's see with the brake clean bottle. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. So this print took around 6 hours, maybe 7 hours. This print took 5 hours. So I want to reduce the time on how long it takes. The main reason these prints take so long is because of this brick right here. Something hanging over. To 3D print, you need to add supports. So that requires a lot of time of just making sure it doesn't sag. So how did I solve that? In version 3, I added the spacer separately. I printed it separately, and I printed this separately, or next to each other. Without this hanging, there's no supports, and this took a total of 2 hours. So not only am I reducing the time it takes to print, I'm improving on other aspects of the brake clean holder. So I hollowed this out for less filament use. I hollowed this out for less filament use. And you're probably asking, how will this connect to this? So theoretically, it should connect via this center line hole. I added a hole on each bit, and I should be able to just screw it together and then put it on the wall. So this isn't the best way to do it, but I've wrapped some plumber tape on it, and let's screw it in, and then let's screw it in the other side. So the top part doesn't add much support, but let's try it anyway. So there you go. It won't stick together, but it's enough to hold it. So it's not much, but let's see how it works. Somehow my mistake actually works out. Now I can just line it up with this stupid plumber tape idea I had. And then, look, it just stays right there. I can just hold it right there. There you go. So let's look at prototype 3 and let's try it out. Here's a brand new WD-40 can. Perfect. Easy. Holds the weight, fits perfectly. Somehow this is a little smoother than the other one. But there you go. Let's say you're driving and you go down to shift, but your glass cleaner gets in the way. So how do we solve this problem? A lot of manual owners like to shift their car and not have straws of coffee or whatever blocking their arm and getting coffee or Coke or whatever on their arms. So I was thinking, how about I make a cup holder that goes right here? Yeah, there's no cup holder there. So that's what we talked about last episode, and that's what we designed last episode. So let's look at the prototypes that I've made. I wanted to use something readily available like this clip from Toyota. These clips are very easy to find and very, very cheap. All they do is squeeze when a screw is drilled through them, and they're used for the underpaneling for my IS300. So I thought, how can I modify this to attach the cup holder inside my IS300? So I cut off the useless lip that I don't like, that just gets in the way. And I designed this cup holder last episode. It has this little attachment. It's basically the same cup holder from the brake cleaner cup holders, but it holds this thing. So as you can see right here, I just slide this in here, press it down, and in theory, I could just clip this in my car, screw it in, and it fits. So let's test it out. So in theory, I should just be able to just put this way, slide it where I want it. So I want it around here. And yes, I will drill a hole through here, but it doesn't matter for me because I don't care about this thing. I could always replace it. They're very, very cheap. They're in junkyards all over the US, so it doesn't matter to me. All right, let's make an initial hole. See where I need to drill. Right there. Let's drill it and let's attach this cup holder. There you go, with this thing. Yep, just like that. So I don't think this screw is actually long enough, to be honest. But there we go. Look at that. All right, let's test it from the driver's seat. So let's try something light first, and then we can move on to something a little bit heavier. So I'm driving. I need to sip some water, and I want to put it right here. That's a little lower than I thought. Okay. In theory, that should have worked, but I guess it's not the strongest. I don't know, strongest thing. So yeah, that's a failed prototype. Anyway, let's redesign this real quick, and then I'll be right back. So there were a lot of problems with this first prototype, as in, look at this right here. It doesn't even reach this part, if you could see. It doesn't even reach it. It barely reaches it. So it won't be able to squeeze this mechanism. So that was problem one. Problem number two, I didn't account for the weight for it to go like this. And unfortunately, before testing this out, I designed off camera version 2, which fixed this problem right here. So I didn't like this gap because it was separating the cup holder from the actual wall by this much. It looked ugly, and it just looked ugly in general. I didn't like this hole, it looked ugly, it didn't fit the socket. So I removed the hole, made it a lot smoother, rounded some edges, and added this little thing right here, this little hole. So as you saw, this cup holder was a little bit lower than it should be. So I lowered the hole a little bit, or a lot of it. So now, instead of this sticking out this far, or this far, it slides in. So right here, slide in, right there, I'll hold it. But I just realized it's gonna have the same problem of like buckling, but let's try it out. So I could tell already right now that, that might actually work though. Yeah. See, rookie engineering. I'm just doing trial and error and seeing if it works. All right. You see right there, that might actually work. So let's test it out on this workbench right now. Let's see if the holes line up this time too. So since I removed the front hole, I'll have to get a 10 mil and actually put it in. Okay, there we go. See, it goes out to the other side. I just needed to squeeze it. There you go, look at that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's squeezing that part. So that's a success in my book. All right, welcome back to the car. Let's align these holes right here real quick. I could barely see. Let's turn on this light. There we go. So if you're enjoying this video so far, before I tighten this up, please like, comment, tell me that this design was great, this design was stupid. Just give me some feedback on what you think about these engineering type videos, because I'm enjoying them so far. I want to do a little bit more driving videos as well. I'm not completely letting that go. But right now, just got a 3D printer and I'm excited. So let's try this out. It's on loosen. All right. Oh, I think I cracked. Oh wow, that is sturdy. I think I cracked something though. I got a little too excited. All right, that is sturdy. Yeah, that's not gonna move anywhere. All right, let's try this out. 3, 2, 1. That works. Okay, I don't want to test my luck, but I'm gonna slowly put glass cleaner because you never know when you might need it. that works. Hey, I count that as a success. Prototype 2. That works. Holy crap, that's kind of sturdy, to be honest. Of course, you punch down on it, it's not going to be sturdy, but that works. How far can I move this seat up? Will it still fit? Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry if the camera's shaky, but Kyle from SD Rats on Instagram told me that if you turn off the stabilization, there's less artifacting or some nerdy stuff about cameras. Basically, the quality is better. So here you go. I can't believe that actually worked. There's enough room for my passengers to do whatever. And I'm 5'8", and my feet aren't even touching the ground. So it's plenty of room for everyone. I added this for the passenger as well. My girlfriend, I added some chargers for her, but now she could have her little coffee in the corner. So, bam, I can't believe that actually worked. So I also printed this in PETG, which is a material that won't warp in the heat as much as PLA, but I'm not worried about it. It's 60 degrees outside. It's finally cold outside in Alabama, and I'm excited because the weather's finally gonna dip down below 75 during the midday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Because in Alabama, for some reason, it's still 75 degrees Fahrenheit in almost November. It's the end of October right now. So I can't believe that actually worked. And there's not much of a space. It actually looks pretty good. Look at that. Curved edges, smooth, round. I just hope no one slams their seat forward. But if they do, I could just print another one. All right, I think that's it for the video. Unless I print another thing today, because I'm on a printing frenzy right now, printing just random stuff here and there. By random stuff, I mean tons of cup holders for some reason. I am obsessed with them. So I've got the printing time down from 6 hours to 2 hours. So they don't take long. So there you go. My first successful print of this printing engineering content stuff. So there you go. That's the version 2 cup holder. If you want to see this online for sale or the file online, let me know. But until it's completely ready and refined and doesn't warp in the sun, I'm not going to be selling these on eBay or Etsy or whatever. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. So I know this video is all over the place, but I swear this is the last thing for this video. So first thing we did was improve upon the printing time and the actual surface condition and holes of the original brake cleaner holder. Number 2, we made a cup holder for the i300 version 1, which failed in version 2, which looked great. I can't wait to improve upon that. Just a little bit tweaks here and there. And finally, this is the pegboard version of the brake clean holder, but for glass cleaner. So right here, these are the pegs, I think. I'm just gonna put it on right here. So yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. So let's fit it in. Does it fit? Yeah. All right, let's bring it closer. So right here, and then, oh crap, it gets snug. Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, I need to fix that next time. You see how it comes out? Yeah, I need to fix that somehow. All right, let's see if it works. Of course, it's gonna work. It's a cup holder. It's a cylinder. What am I saying? Sprayway, literally the world's best glass cleaner. Sponsor me. All right, let's see if it can hold the weight. Hey, not bad. All right, I'm gonna build another one right here because I have 2 cans of Sprayway, and it's literally like $3 at Walmart. Quit spending your money on, I'm gonna cover the brand, but expensive glass cleaners. All right, so that's it for the video. I had fun with this video. 3 things accomplished. The i300 cup holder really made my day. I'm so excited to get that rolling and out to y'all to either sell on eBay, Etsy, or Shopify. I'm not sure which one's the best. But no, that's gonna help me tremendously when driving to school and back and when getting coffee with my girl. So I'll see y'all next Sunday.